So knowing your triad pairs is huge, you know? So like in any given set of 3 strings, so let's take the first possible set. So you got 1E, 2B, and 3G. You want to know what the major triads, starting out major triads would be. So, and eventually you want to know major, minor, augmented, and diminished. So there's 4 types of triads. So like, let's take a D triad, which happens to be D, F sharp, and B. If you don't know that a D triad is, if you don't know that a D major is made out of the notes D, F sharp, and A, then you might not want to view this video yet, but like, okay, so we're talking about the 1E, 2B, and 3G strings. So the first possible D triad would be on frets 2, 3, and 2. There's your typical D triad that you're used to playing a chord out of. The next one would be 7, 7, 5. And you're probably used to seeing that at like the bottom of like a G major bar chord. Remember, those 3 notes are what make up a G chord or a G major chord, G major triad, G triad. Fuck, I keep saying G, but I'm talking about D like David. I hope I didn't say G this whole video, but D triads we're talking about. So again, 2, 3, 2. I hope I've been saying D like David. 7, 7, 5. And then you got 11, 10, 10 is the third inversion of that D major triad. So you want to know those up and down, you know? So if like, let's say you're transcribing a song and the bass player's like, and it's on like a D note, and you hear like, I mean, you might have a couple of notes out of like, maybe say the bottom 2 notes of this D triad, or maybe the 2 bottom notes out of this, which would be 7 and 5 on the B and E string, or maybe you got in this D inversion, maybe it's the 10th fret barred on the bottom 2 strings. So like, yeah, you just want to know those up and down. So let's say you want to know like an E, you want to do that with E major. So an E major is E, G sharp, and B. So the first one you can possibly do is 1, 0, 0. We're still on the G, B, and E strings. And that comes out of your, you know, E major chord, E like Edward major chord that you got. The next one would be 4, 5, 4. The next one would be 9, 9, 7. So you really got to get those under your fingers and just, I don't know if you know the cycle of fifths or whatever, but like, check this. So let's say you just did a practice and you did, okay, E, there's a second inversion, there's a third inversion, or maybe you went E, E, E. Then you'd say, okay, well, what's a 4th away from E? So do, re, mi, fa is an A, right? So then you do the A inversions. A major, A major, A major. Then what's a 4th away from A? 1, 2, 3, 4 is D. So you got D, D, D. A 4th away from that is G, 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 G. Then you got C, C, C. Then you got F, F, F. It's just a way to really ingrain concepts, because when you're ingraining these things, you don't know why the hell they're going to come in handy, but you absolutely know why they come in handy when they do start coming in handy for you, and you start understanding music on a way deeper level.